Okay, let's get
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Inside Scoop episode. I think we're at 97. Where's Steve? Or do you need that guy?
It's working.
Yeah, he is working. Fuck. Sorry about that, Steve. Well, guys, it's Friday, so that means it's podcast time. Something I always look forward to because we get to sit back, chill, talk about the latest games and news and all that kind of good shit. But how's everybody's week going?
Oh, blurring into the next. We're already at Friday.
Yeah, that didn't take long, did it?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Oh.
Nice weather
man.
starting to come, which is nice. So
Yeah.
we can kind of spend a little more time outside.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nice.
I went and mowed the lawn.
I mowed the lawn. Nice.
I gotta do my grass. You see, it's like super long, but we've been so freaking busy. We just haven't been able to get outside. And then when we do want to get outside, it's like fucking raining. So like, man, I guess it keeps getting longer. And the thing is, okay, so we gotta be pissing off our neighbors pretty good by now because next door, their grass is pristine. It's like a fucking carpet. You know what I mean? It's one of those. And then you get our grass and it's like this long. They're like, look at all dandelions and those super fuckers. I can just
they're so good.
I was gonna say that. That's my house right now. I look out my back window like,
the sun needs to burn that shit, man. Burn that grass.
Yeah, you can see it spreading past the fences. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. Oh, let's get things kicking off though. Scott, why don't you give us a rundown of what's coming out for June 8th to the 13th?
Yeah, no, this is a smaller list than normal. Not quite the huge list.
We're in the month of June, boys. We're in the month of June.
This is June with, sans E3, so here it is. We have The Dark Eye, Book of Heroes, coming to PC on June 9th. Then we have Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor in its release, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Nice.
That is June 9th. Then we have Ys, Memories of Calcetta. Salsetta, I'll try that one. PlayStation 4, June 9th. Then we have Beyondblue on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. June
we just
11th.
got a code for that. I saw just popped
Cool.
in.
It reminds me of Blaze Blue, but I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Then you haven't seen this game because it is not that at all. It is not a fighting game.
Samurai Shodown is a fighting game coming to PC June 11th. It is currently on Stadia, I believe. So this will be interesting to see how that makes it to PC.
Yeah.
Warborn on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and Mac. The often forgotten about Mac. June 12th. Wow.
Yeah.
That's I haven't heard of Warborn. I want to look that one up now.
Yeah, look that one up. Let us know what that one is there, Scott.
Yeah.
Now to take a look. Actually, I can do this. Let me take a look. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold tight.
Warborn.
Hold tight, and we'll watch it all at the same time. That was this way. You fucking. There it is. Looking for a trailer. How about a trailer? Review.
Yeah,
Want the review?
No,
there it is. That. Okay, we got it. I got it. Hang on. Let me see what I'm doing. He saw this already. He was like, whoa, not feeling this one. I'm going to.
I mean, I don't know. It looks like Hardcore Mecha. That game was sweet.
Look at all that Lil Uzi Vert that Drew's been listening to. All that SoundCloud rap and.
You can tell Austin's been on my
Juice
console.
WRLD. R.I.P. for real though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, you guys ready for this one? So this is the Warborn announcement trailer on the PlayStation 4.
Beep boop beep.
Beep boop beep. Oh, turn-based. Okay.
I'm not expecting that.
No. It's kind of a cool graphic style. It's different.
It reminds me of Tactics.
Oh, there's a.
It reminds me of Advanced Tactical or Tacticors or what's that game called?
I'm getting rid of the audio so we don't get nailed for copyright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have any audio here actually.
Yeah, I do, and we're not gonna do it because I don't want to get nailed.
That's cool.
You got? What do you think? Really? You think this one's not for me? I like turn-based stuff, and we're playing a lot of it lately too. Like Nate, you and I are going to talk about one coming up here shortly. Not that we can actually talk about it, but it's got that kind of feels to it, right?
Yeah, see, I like what I'm seeing because I'm seeing like a very Tactic Wars kind of thing. I don't like when there's things put in between that, like the card system of a long way down or things like that. I don't like that changing it at all. This looked to be
That's cool.
like a Gundam kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that too, that Gundam style. Oh, what is that? We'll get to that. We'll get to that image after. Dude, I don't know this thing's right, but oh fuck, I can't wait to show this thing off because that's priceless looking. I'm curious to see what other people think, and this is we'll get to that. But why don't we kick into the news? Nate, start us off, buddy.
This is pretty exciting stuff here, so let me get this open. Okay, so
this is your bread and butter.
Oh yeah, that's just it.
I've been a little bit away from Destiny 2. You know, I actually hopped on the other week just for a couple PvP matches. But
did you?
That was about it.
Yeah.
But moving forward, we actually got some news about the next DLC drop. So it is official. As of June 9th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we will get the next big tidbit of information for the fall DLC. So there's actually a dedicated landing page for the stream on Bungie's website. The show itself will likely be available on Twitch and YouTube.
Right.
This exact time and date was revealed and deleted, and then since reposted. So the teaser that went live on Tuesday. So there was a teaser story that went live Tuesday. So there's really no surprise about kind of all this, but
yeah, sure.
Teasers were pretty cool. You guys probably didn't see them, but they show a couple characters from Destiny 2, a couple of the NPCs that you deal with story and stuff. So both characters too are probably one of the more favored characters of the game.
So you're looking forward to this one then, Nate?
Oh, dude, for sure, man. Like the biggest thing is the fans believe that Europa, which has been talked about and seen in pictures since before Destiny 1 was even created, there's pictures of this cool snow planet Europa. Right. So anyways, we finally get to go there, it seems like, and meet the new race that we've only seen little tidbits of and heard of. We haven't actually seen what they look like. We've only just encountered their ships and know that they're coming to screw us up.
Nice.
But honestly, the coolest thing that Destiny's done with their latest season is that they actually kind of do what Fortnite's been doing with their map. So like there's a couple spots where if you're on Mars and you're talking to one of the vendors there, Anna Bray, there's these computers and these lights light up every day. Another one lights up, and it's basically a countdown timer to the fall. And then another thing is when you look out in space while you're on Earth, I can't even know which planet it is because I haven't looked at it, but you see this huge meteor, which isn't a meteor. It's actually the ship from the beginning of Destiny 2 coming in and crashing down. So every week or so or every few days, they update it, and it actually looks bigger and bigger, and it's coming closer and closer.
That's really cool.
It's actually cool that they're doing something like that because they've never done it, and it definitely just helps the fans, and it adds excitement. Like I'm super excited now for the fall one. Yeah, man. Like, a new race. I've been waiting 6 years for this.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I don't remember last time I jumped into Stadia. I think it was, Destiny. I think it was when I was on Stadia. When I first got Stadia, this is the last time I truly jumped into Destiny to kind of check out how it felt on Stadia. And it ran really well as far as I was concerned. But it never, man, like I finished. We've talked about this in the past too. I finished Destiny 2, but I never really stuck around. So it was just kind of one of those games. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it has its following and it has people like you that are just hooked on it. But for me, I never really got into it. Wait, did you get into it at all, Scott?
I played shortly for a little while. I can't remember what level I got to or whatever, but I did clear.
The worst part was, Scott, I got you into that game at Destiny 2's worst point. in all of Destiny's history, like I got you into it at the worst part, right when Destiny 2 launched. So it's kind of unfortunate your experience with it was shit.
Well, a lot of the things that we were doing were being actively nerfed at the time too. So we were playing a lot of the community or like map events.
Public events.
Yeah, so public events, and that was fun because it would just happen in the middle of something, so we would do it. and then it just ended up being like not worth anything.
They nerfed it.
Yeah,
Bungie, man, like their year one, oh my goodness, it was kind of like it kind of was here, which isn't very high, and then it just like they kind of kept doing things that the fans are like, "Yo, what the heck, man?"
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it was
now to say it's changed, but frig, man, it was rough. Like it actually made me pretty bitter.
Well, they I remember they nerfed that, but then they also put in a thing where it was like you had like a luck system. So because we did so many of those raids, or not raids, it's the wrong term, but so many of those events, it was like everything else I did had lessened XP for like a year worth of gameplay or something. Like it was dumb. It was trying to rebalance me or something. I don't know.
that is kind of weird. That's for sure.
Interesting game though. I stopped talking so much trash about it after I played it.
Honestly, after we played a couple of these game modes where it's like a PvPvE kind of mode, I love Destiny's version. Like Gambit, they freaking nailed that, man.
Actually, that was cool.
Really cool.
Really cool game mode. It's tough, but it's like they really, I don't know, in my opinion, they nailed it with that one.
No, I think it is cool. That is a cool game mode. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
but
I love Destiny. I'm excited. I can't wait for June 9th.
Yeah, we'll be checking out that reveal when it comes. Now, something new that's kind of popped up, and something that we've seen in the past is getting a remake. Something we didn't see coming, to be honest. After 38 Studios kind of went by the wayside, I never thought I'd see Kingdom of Amalur again, but Kingdoms of Amalur is back. This is the original trailer when it first launched, and it looked awesome back then. And now THQ, we saw the THQ bought the rights to have Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and now they're remaking the game and gonna launch that on the new platforms, and it's coming with all the DLC. This was revealed via their Twitter account, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty shocked. Did anybody play this one?
I did not. No. Is this related to? So is this a spiritual successor to something? Is that
no? This is brand new. This was Kurt Schilling's first attempt at getting into video games, and this is the game he always wanted to make. And you know, unfortunately, 38 Studios got in a heap of trouble when they made a lot of promises they couldn't necessarily meet. And that's when everything got involved. Like the government got involved and everything. Like it was an absolute mess. But it's an RPG. A lot of people loved it back in the day, but now they're remaking it and bringing all the DLC with it. So after over a decade now at this point, I would say at least close to it, we're gonna get a new remastered version of Kingdoms of Amalur, which is
looks cool.
Yeah, dude, for back in the day, right? But they're gonna remaster everything too, and it's gonna look hopefully a lot more next gen than what this was. This launched on PS3 and 360, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, it's definitely showing its age when we watch the trailer. But back then, when that launched, it was awesome. I played it. It was actually really cool. So yeah, look at that, February 7th, 2012, right? So that was back then. But now things are kind of getting changed over here.
Totally after my radar, I think.
Yeah, everybody kind of just missed that one, did they?
Yeah, I was too deep into Skyrim still, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
Out in 2011, I was definitely on my fourth character.
Oh, man. I never got into that. That's the... yeah.
Oh, dude, I played every type of cross character you could make. I did... Illusion Assassin was my favorite because everybody was my friend, and then I killed them.
Oh, there you go. Nate, are you excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm kind of reading this now. So earlier, Electronic Arts Inc., NASDAQ EA. That's how you say that, right? NASDAQ?
It's just EA. Yeah.
Just EA, yeah, the NASDAQ is, I don't know what that means. That's like their
North
stock
American
trading thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, they launched their first wave of 25 plus EA games on Steam, with more on the way. Starting today, players can explore BioWare's award-winning role-playing games Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age 2, experience high-speed white-knuckle driving action in Need for Speed Heat, Need for Speed Rivals, and Need for Speed 2016. They also get to battle it out in wacky, fun, and over-the-top shooters like Plants vs. Zombies. Hey, that's a sweet game. Battle from Neighborville. So
Scott loved it.
Yeah, he did. A section of the bold and innovative games from EA's indie development partners like Unravel, Unravel 2, Fae, and Sea of Solitude will also become available. Additionally, these games and many others will be available as part of the EA Access subscription on Steam that will launch to players later this summer. So that's cool. So they're just getting EA Access. So it's long overdue, I think. But
Well,
yeah, it's interesting though, because like, what does this mean for Origins?
yeah, that's a good point, Scott. To be honest, right? That
Like,
does kind of take away from their whole service, doesn't it? Because that's why they had Origins, is to pull over and kind of compete, not necessarily head to head, but in a sense, kind of get in that field where Steam is already there and kind of obviously dominating the market. But
Yeah, and people were really mad at Epic for coming out with their thing and splitting the market and causing a whole thing. But everybody seems to forget EA Origins is a launcher that I think predates that even. I could be wrong about that.
yeah, I forgot those.
So it's weird that they would host it on this and not Epic, though. Or is it Epic? Next game to be available.
No, this has gone to Steam. So that's the big thing, is that they're bringing 25 plus games over to Steam. But we all know EA likes money. How do you get money? You get to one of the biggest platforms out there. You go to Steam with your games, right? So to me, it's not a big surprise, but I guess I never really thought about Origins either, Scott. Like, I completely forgot about that even being a thing. So it was off my radar, right? Fuck, I think I got bit by a mosquito. Bastard. There's that one mosquito I was telling you about, Nate. Fucker got me.
One keeps you up all night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I was really surprised when I saw that they were kind of launching on Steam. But again, like I said, EA likes their money, and where do you go? And they're bringing good games. Like, those are solid titles that are coming over to the platform. So people who are looking to experience the EA library now has a chance if they're just kind of solely a Steam user on the PC.
Yeah,
It's pretty
interesting how they've drawn lines in this Epic battle too. Epic Steam face off.
For sure. For going from consoles or from Steam to console, Scott, why don't you kick into the next one?
Yeah, so I'll say I definitely checked out Valorant.
I briefly did.
Whooped by a FaZe Clan guy or something. And put out. No shame there. That game is a daunting behemoth of a shooter. Made by Riot Games. If anybody doesn't know, it's kind of created in the vein of a CSGO type shooter with Overwatch style characters and abilities that are firing off at the same time. So it's a little bit more methodical than an Overwatch, seeing as you only have one life per round, but then it gets really lengthy as the rounds go on. Best out of 25 is how you win a game at Valorant.
That's the problem, right? That's the biggest problem for me with Valorant. It's how long
in my
the game
opinion,
went.
That's my problem, and I think that's also I think it's related to this detail as well that I'm getting to, because they are playing with the idea that it is going to come to console. I'm reading a quote here. Valorant executive producer Anna Donlan says, "We are definitely prototyping that right now," when they were asked about console versions of the game. Seeing as console is still really big and has a huge amount of player base, it makes sense that they would want to bring it to console. But in my opinion, the long rounds and the drop out frequency that happens in console games, I feel like that's gonna be a problem in the 25 round matches. It is. As much as I would want to see the game go there, I want them to maybe just tweak it a little bit to make it a little more friendly for console users. A quick play, an unranked mode, that kind of thing, because this is marketed as basically almost an esports game.
Absolutely. That was their biggest thing. They wanted to come out and compete, right? And they were at launch bringing on the biggest streamers to showcase their game and how competitive it can be. And then that's what you said, right? I met Summit online and then it got annihilated. I was like, fuck.
That's who it was.
So, yeah, it was Summit. And he just wrecked me. And I was like, man, no wonder I got my ass kicked because I don't do this shit. But either way, it was geared towards that whole competitive esports side. So to bring that to console, I think it's going to really shine, obviously, where it is right now on the platform of being on a PC. But it needs to, if it does come over, it needs to shrink in size for console users who want to jump in, kind of do something like a Siege, right? For the best of 5, maybe. Not the 13. Don't go all the way up to 13. Playing on PC up to 13 for one team. So like you said, 25 rounds, 26 rounds, 25 rounds when it's all said and done. If you go back and forth the entire time, makes for a long ass match, dude. That's too long.
And think about it. Ideally, you should be going back and forth all the way to 25. It should be an even match team fighting an even match team.
Yeah.
That would go to a 50-50 win rate. You know, statistically, that should go for a 25 match game. So at best case scenario, I think this is a little mismatched for the console. And the console is not the home of esports. So again, they're kind of branching out beyond their initial target. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think that they need to tweak the game for console.
Yeah, no, I think they just want a piece of that console market, right? Is what they're really looking for, because obviously there is a huge dominance with consoles, and we are there to game on such a platform, and with Xbox and PlayStation, I think there's a viable way to bring that over to us as far as console is concerned. But like you say, it's really going to shine on the PC for a competitive scene. But people who want to get into it can play and pay money, right? So who doesn't like getting money?
Well, and I wonder if they're going to cross-plat. Sorry, Nate, go ahead.
I was just saying, the cross-plat, that would be sweet. I was just saying, I'm not really interested in wasting time and watching the streams. I don't know if they've fully released it or when they are.
Yeah, it's PC, fully released now on PC. Okay. Yeah.
So it took them long. But anyways, I'd rather for me, it's I'd rather wait till it's on console. I'm primarily a console shooter.
Yep.
And slightly irked by their release strategy, I can tell.
Yeah. It's I would have loved to have tried it, but man, I don't have enough time in the day to watch people stream. So
yeah,
dude, that was to maybe get it.
That was such a weird strategy to have you sit. Okay, I get why they wanted you to sit and watch it, but at the same time, man, I'm not going to sit there for hours on end with hopes of getting a key. That was fucked. I never heard of anything like that in my entire life. That was crazy.
Oh, that was insane, man. Do you think that the streamers kind of had pull with this? Because, they got all these high-end streamers to play their game. Right. Do you think the streamers were like, well, make people watch us for at least 2 hours, and then, we'll do this for you? You know what I mean? Or was it just a money, and then they're just Riot Games already had this formula planned?
I think it was Twitch. I think Twitch paid a bunch of money to make that. Hey, we'll release it, but let's do it as a stimulus to streamers. And because when somebody got that code, especially in the first week, it was like winning the lottery for these streamers. Now you go on, you're one of the first few people. By the time I got a code, it was super swamped that had already subsided. But it did bring a lot of interest and a lot of views to some smaller streamers in that chase to get a code.
But just still actually kind of cool. It's a good way to boost your community in a sense as well, right? But it still seems such a weird tactic to release codes for people to play. Yeah, to play a beta. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man. That was just, it kind of caught me off guard. And I'm I don't have time to sit around all day, hang out and stream, and just, fingers crossed they toss me a code. But we do have
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to go with some more. We do have, I think that's under me. I got some more news here, unless...
what else you got? There's some quick notes there I wanted to touch on, just kind of let everybody know. But yeah, you want to go ahead? Go with that.
Okay, that's yours. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't have a the big D next to it, so I didn't.
no, I didn't put anybody there. I just kind of went, just some notes to highlight. I just wanted to let everybody know, really, that Overcooked, if you haven't had a chance, is coming free on the Epic Games Store. We just talked briefly about Epic Games and how they're kind of working on uploading and bringing everybody new content. We actually talked about this morning on the stream as well, right? That they're bringing in big titles. But here is your chance to get Overcooked. Nate, you love this freaking game.
Oh, Overcooked it's sweet. I bought the DLC for Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
And I haven't completed it, man. There's a lot of
oh yeah,
that's the thing with this game. It's you beat the game, and it's well, you kind of just started, because if you want to be an absolute pro, beat these times.
Yeah, and then
it's a fun game, man. Couch co-op, it's great. Just single player. It's not my favorite single player experience. But ultimately, like, couch co-op, you can't go wrong, man.
Yeah, multiplayer for sure. I had a lot of fun with the first and second games. So if you have the chance to grab that, if you haven't played it, definitely check it out on Epic before that one's gone. That's a good grab.
The next one's pretty exciting. I'm actually probably gonna pick this up. But you got Ark Survival Evolved.
Yeah.
Wait, it was originally rumored. Does that mean it's coming, or does
who knows, right? So I've already got it on Steam, so I'm okay that way. But it is rumors that we could see Ark Survival Evolved head over here. Nate, you just recently jumped back into Ark.
Yeah.
How'd you kind of bow out in shame?
Yeah, I did. It's been a couple of years since I've really dove into games, so I don't know. My buddy, you guys know Lucas. He's just like, hey man, what do you want to play? And then he had to just prick me with that one.
Yeah, he got you.
But anyways, the game
just
then he disappears.
yeah, peace out. There you go. Yeah.
See you guys. I'm gonna be in Ark for the next while.
And then,
anyways, that game's come a hell of a long way, dude. From
nice.
Over the years,
we'll get into what we've been playing. So yeah, I definitely want to kind of hear more about how that's going. But lastly, Scott, here's your chance because you and I were talking about this one. PUBG is coming for free on Steam this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool. So this is just a like a limited access, right?
Yeah, it's just a weekend getaway.
But yeah, you get it on Steam. That's really cool. We've been playing it on Stadia.
Yep.
More recently, I played a couple of games the other night too. I didn't know if you saw me on there.
Oh no, I didn't. Man, you should have hit me up. I would have joined you.
You would have swept the team too. I had like 5 kills. I came second.
Nice.
Oh damn.
It was good. Yeah, PUBG is cool. It's looking cleaner since the last time I was on it for sure.
Yeah. No, I enjoy it. Now I want to get on to today's quick topic of the show. It's a unique spin of a rumor that's coming out. And so Thursday was supposed to be the game reveals for the PlayStation 5. Obviously, with the events over in the US, things have kind of gone fucking crazy. So there's been a lot of delays and postpones. There's actually a gaming event with Guerrilla this weekend coming up. The Guerrilla Collective, I believe, is what it was. They were going to showcase a bunch of stuff. They pushed their stream back to, I think, next weekend. Sony has not yet stated as to what their new date will be, but there was a leak of what the platform could be, and we all saw the initial leaks of that V, right? The dev kit being this V shape and had the vents on it and all that stuff, so it had a lot of air movement. It's rumored to have 6 fans inside this thing, but now the latest to come out is actually this thing, guys. So that's man, okay, honestly, so it kind of reminded me a little bit of the GameCube.
Yeah.
Right? It's the thing's like a giant fucking box, man.
Has a handle on the back?
Well, exactly. It's got, so for those who are listening and not actually able to see this, it's got a CD slot or a DVD slot in the disc slot. I will go with that. Fuck. Right in the very front of it on the left, there's some kind of display window. Beside that, it's got 4 USB ports below it, a controller propped up against it, and it kind of almost looks a lot like a GameCube. And then the controller itself, you guys see the controller? That is actually looking like a display screen, not the touchpad that they revealed. Yeah. So I'm curious to see, because I've heard rumors as well that they're going to have it as a display screen. But if it's the display, is it going to have touch as well? Like, how expensive do you think that fucking controller will be?
Yeah, that's going to be an expensive.
If you're looking at the Elite size, price tag, or maybe half the price, at least $100, man. I think it's going to be at least $100.
Oh, fuck. So, okay, what do you guys think of this leaked image? Man, this thing's unique looking. It's funny.
So one thing to highlight, for sure, 4 USB ports in the front, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that shit that every console has never just done that. I got like 1 on my Xbox One S right in the front, and then 1 on the side, and then like 2 in the back. It's like, come on, guys.
Yep.
4 in the front, 4 in the back. Done.
I have to show you this right now because I'm so glad that they made this obvious. I have to show you this. Look at Nintendo, you want some USBs? they're hidden in this trap door, or so you think. There's actually 2 front-facing USBs, and that is the biggest deal in this entire dock, is that there's 2 front-facing USBs. Yeah. I didn't even know about that, but when I did, it made a huge difference. I like that they just straight up put it right on the front.
Man, if we have 4 of them there, that's awesome. So my PS4 Pro has 2 in the front, and they're all used up. Like, all my USBs are connected. Everything's plugged in. I've got an external hard drive. I got the PlayStation VR. So, everything is like, the thing is jammed. There is no extras. Now, I get that it's not a PC, but at the same time, to have an extra 2 USBs would be a nice feature. So the fact that they have 4 at the front, instantly I was thinking like Nintendo, man, because the GameCube Pocket. It was funny. Oh man. But I want to touch on too, if that is the display screen on the controller, like I can't man, where'd the touchpad go? Because when they released the reveal of the DualSense 5 controller, the DualSense, it was a touchpad at the beginning. So now, is this going to be a step up, like you say, Nate? Is this going to be the Elite controller, and we're going to get a screen, like a touch screen in this one? Because that'd be cool, especially when it comes to single-player games and a map. I think that'd be killer.
Cool.
Yeah. At the same time, though, I don't
your HUD space by having a map or like your radar down there. Still kind of a little weird to me, but.
Yeah, it would take some getting used to. Now you're taking your head, I guess, off the TV screen and looking down at your controller, right? How often do you ever look down at your controller?
Yeah, to look off screen like that is kind of...
The Wii U kind of screwed that one up, too, with their whole controller thing at the time. Because it was like half the time you have to like look down and touch something or whatever.
And that, well, so we don't know how the Wii U panned out.
The screen's like this big instead of...
Yeah, right? And the Wii U just didn't fly.
If this is legit, though, I'm waiting for someone to figure out how to play Doom on that low screen. Because I've seen Doom play on fridges, I've seen it on calculators, I've seen it on everything. And that looks like a good screen for Doom.
Yeah, if you can do it on Texas Instruments, I think you can do it on...
That'll be the Sega Micro there that they just launched. Right? That's just...
that's that size, too. It looks like a Dreamcast controller, kind of. It reminds me of that.
Yeah,
it does look nice though. The controller, like I'll definitely give them that. The new controller looks so much better than their last 4 generations. So I think
it's beefier looking, right? So now I go from my Xbox Elite controller to the PlayStation 4, where I'm playing stuff right now for review, and it's so plastic feeling. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like my hands are like this, and all of a sudden it goes like this. Like it's just such a weird transition now, I guess you could say. And it doesn't feel as heavy duty either, right? Like if you do, not that you're gonna go and twist your controller, but it is a little lighter in the quality, I find anyways. But I'm going from a $200 controller down to an $80 controller.
Yeah, but I could show you, I could show you my PS5 or 4 controller. PS4 controller versus my Xbox One.
PS5 controller? How did you get shit early?
You don't want to know, bro. I might have to kill you.
Exactly. But I thought, man, when I saw this thread come up over on Twitter, I thought, fuck, we got to talk about this today because, damn, I can't see it going this way. We were all shocked to see the flying V, they called it, when they initially launched the dev kits. But that being a dev kit was meant so they could stack on top and have constant airflow. Where this one, I can't see them going back to this big bulky box.
They're not showing the sides of it either. For all we know, it could be completely vented sides. There's this kind of weird under at the bottom. So instead of it being a complete, I'm also trying to describe it if anybody's listening. Instead of it being a complete rectangular block, it has notches out of it. So it's actually like a hexagon stretched out. So if you look at it sideways, it's a hexagon. It's I'm not, I don't totally hate the look of this.
No,
it's reminding me of like an early 2000s like iPad station. You look at
or like I know exactly what you're talking about. It looks just like the one I used to have 10 years ago.
Or like a power supply from the 80s. It could be a power bank.
Yeah,
but there's some things that are important here. So disk, we're not losing disk yet.
It doesn't matter to me, but it does to some for sure. What's that?
Well,
Sorry, Scott.
It means backwards compatible too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, it can. It doesn't close the door on that. Now, there's still a little display thing. Do you think that's going to be them trying to break away from the TVs as a necessity? Maybe you use a phone as a screen, maybe something like that, and therefore it would give you more of like a menu without a TV of any kind.
Oh man, I don't see that yet. I don't think they're going to jump into the realm where Microsoft and Stadia have gone. I think they got something up their sleeve, because I think it is going to be a necessity for them eventually. But I don't think it's going to be their priority right at the PlayStation 5 launch. This could be a setup for the future for that. Absolutely, Scott. But right off the hop, yeah.
Like, what do you think they're going to show on that screen? Do you think it's just going to be a big PS5 symbol? Because that would be such a waste of space, wouldn't it? And it's not a physical button. Let us know. Let us call that out right here. It's not a physical power button, meaning a cat is going to turn this off eventually.
Oh, no, better not do touch again. We all learned from that.
I bet you it's a touch screen. It is going to be an actual touchpad. It's going to have your thumbprint go on, and you're going to scan your thumbprint, and that's what's going to turn on your system, and it's going to log into your profile. So that way, when my kid comes over and turns on the system, it's linked to his profile, and that boots up his stuff. And then we're back and forth between everybody's console setup.
You're telling me you're going to go and sit up off the couch, put your thumbprint on the stupid thing.
No, because the controller's got a touch screen now too, right? So when you touch that one, and you get the and then you zoom over and you get your own profile. Oh, the future is here, buddy. The future's here.
I don't like it. It's gross, but that's okay.
Oh shit. Yeah,
what about their Kinect? Maybe you can be like PS5, sign in.
Yeah, they're not going to come with a Kinect. Xbox ruined that for everybody.
Yeah, this is an aside, but I wasn't even aware they stopped supporting the Kinect, so you can't even plug it in. There's no slot for it on my ass.
No,
you have to buy an attachment, bro.
Yeah. So you have to get like a dongle to go from your new Xbox into the Kinect if you want to continue to use it.
What?
Yeah.
I just dug your Kinect out of the closet.
I don't blame Phil Spencer for that call, though, man. Freaking Kinect was a wish-wash, and I actually watched a pretty good video on like how Microsoft kind of like their plummet, and then now where they're at. You know, it's cool. So
yeah, they put the money out.
Oh yeah, it's funny, but we'll see what the future lies. Hopefully, we'll get the new reveal date coming up here shortly, so we can see what's ahead, and maybe they'll actually show us a snippet of the console. Probably not, but that's what we can all hope for. Let's wrap things up here, guys. What is everybody playing right now?
Ooh, I've been burning a lot of Quantum League.
Yeah, I know you have for sure.
I've reached 300 now. I'm like hovering around 260 something.
Good job.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time until I break that 100. I want to be in the top 1v1s, man. That game's so much fun.
Yeah, it is a cool game. Sick. It's a sick ass game. Big surprise by that one too, eh, Scott?
Yeah, I had no idea. I hadn't heard about it or anything.
Yeah.
So what is this Rocket League looking, Fortnite looking shooter? Oh, it's so good.
What else you playing?
Crucible.
Yeah. I mean, we've been playing Crucible more than we need to. That's for sure. There's we did the review and I've been playing a lot of review games. I feel like I've been swamped, but yeah, Crucible and Quantum League have kind of kept going beyond.
Just wait, because our lineup is only growing.
Yeah, I know. I think Quantum League's the only thing I'm gonna be able to keep off of the back shelf because it's just so quick and easy.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you playing?
No, I've been looking at Assassin's Creed that's now on sale, so I think I might pick up Odyssey and start that up.
Oh man, I like Origins better. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Origins was cool, but it was just so empty to me.
Really?
It just looked.
The combat is definitely improved in Odyssey. They went for the more traditional Assassin's Creed look feel, which I like. You can feel more if you're good at the combat. It's not really complex.
It's super different, man. Assassin's Creed is so different now. Game after game, it just changes so much.
I can get behind like a legionnaire pulling out a brass shield and having a sword and shield fight, though. I can't really get into like an Egyptian assassin pulls out a wooden shield to fight.
Dude, I did. It
just seemed weird to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, you know, man, when there's like a badass mercenary or like a general or something, they got the decked out armor and shit. You're like, yeah, that's gonna take like a couple critical assassination attempts.
The problem with me when it came to Odyssey was I hit the 20-hour mark and then it exploded even more and became bigger, and I thought, holy fuck.
20 hours is like a little...
Oh, it's a drop in the bucket for that game. It was so small, but when I hit 20 hours, I'm like, how am I supposed to continue on and finish the rest of this freaking game? It is so big. So big. So I'm hoping that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a little bit smaller.
It's just a little more trim.
Yeah.
They did. And I think they should, man, because for the amount of time I'm already put in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like I looked at my map, I'm like, holy fuck, I still got half the map to fucking look at, man.
Yeah, and how much time?
I'm 70 hours in.
The way I play is like a bumblebee too. I'm always moving from like collectible to collectible.
Yeah,
that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. And there's so many question marks. Like unending. Nice. Everyone, it's like kill the guys, do this. But I don't know. The thing is, it doesn't get boring. That game is sick. So leading into that, that's what I've been playing actually.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm really looking forward to going to Atlantis, man. Oh, it looks so cool.
It is cool. I played the DLC, so I actually jumped into the DLC.
Oh, you did? On Stadia, right?
Yeah, on Stadia. I jumped in on Stadia because we got a code over there to check that out and stuff to help us kind of review Stadia and things and how it was working. And man, yeah, when I started playing, I was like, fuck, that feels awesome. So
that's good.
Yeah. What else are you playing, Nate?
Well, Ark, like we kind of talked about earlier.
Okay, so give us the lowdown. What the fuck is going on here? So you're back into Ark now? Are you back full swing? Because the last time we talked about Ark, you got burned and said never again. It was kind of like being out in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, except worse. Because Ark, you don't lose hours of gameplay. You lose like weeks of gameplay. So anyway, like the really big thing that happened to me and Ben and Luke and Joel, like all of us were playing for like a month straight. We had so much shit, and then we logged in and got completely wiped. So that took about a few years to get over. And then me and Ben, we actually rented our own server, which you could do, but it's so expensive, man. It's like it's not worth it, and then you lose it after your server's done. So it's like that kind of. But anyways, my buddy Luke, he kind of like he's like, "What do you want to play?" And then he put the stupid bug in my ear. And then I look at the Microsoft store and like, dude, this game's evolved. Like, I know it says it in the name, but like, when that game launched, it started off with stone houses, thatch houses, friggin' like swords and pikes and crossbows. Now, it's like there's actually like a spaceship almost kind of thing. You got like Spartan armor. You got like everything you can think of is pretty much in that game now. And like the creatures are so cool, man. Like they're really, really creative with the shit that they do.
That's pretty cool.
It's insane. So the worst part was, I'm like, oh, the DLC, let's play the new map, Luke. So we both pick it up. And then we find out that the latest map is not like a map that you just start on. It's meant to be a continuation from your previous character that's like basically max level. Because you go in there and you just die. You go in and die. You go in and die.
Oh, shit.
All we did is die. And in the easy area, it is not easy. It's like insane. So that'll just say we're not even playing on the DLC, but maybe after we've leveled up our character like we're doing, we'll probably actually go into it because the game is dying, man. Like we're playing on a server, there's 10 people at max. So it's since there's so many maps, like it's a lot less often to get screwed over. So I like to think so anyway.
Oh man, anything else you playing? Any Siege?
Not really, man. I kind of took a break off Siege for a bit. Like played it like a week ago, but we always play it so late, and then everyone's kind of tired, and it's like it just kind of sucks. Like, and I'm tired too, and I'm not playing to my best. And that game, I don't care if anyone says it's easy. It's like the hardest fucking shooter that's out there. So
Yeah,
it's not a game that you just pick up and like, willy nilly, I'm half tired and I gotta play.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Yeah, no, it's attention to detail, setting things up and getting your line of sight ready and all that kind of shit, right?
Though. I love it, but
hell yeah.
Well, and you don't blink for half the time you're playing. You're like, you're scanning. At least me, I'm scanning screens at 144.
Bug
It's
there.
like that one pixel that changes.
yeah.
There it is, shoot him. Fuck, why did I die?
Yeah, and then the sniper shot from that Cali goes right through that wall in my head.
Yeah,
but
for
ultimately,
sure.
next season I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely going to be, we're going to hop into that. And I'm going to play the shit out of it again with house rework.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, for
and then
sure.
review games, like a review game. Yeah, plural, I guess. Predator. We've been playing Predator a bit.
Yep.
They cleaned up the game so much with their latest patch. So it made me significantly happier.
That's good.
Kind of gives you more reason to play the game because it was rough once you're a max level before, man. It's like nothing to do.
Yeah, I haven't even. Have you played Predator much yet?
Yeah, we just jumped in the other day.
Like,
As
but as the Predator.
As Predator? No.
Not really. They did buff him with the new patch, and they actually. I'm gonna make a note of this because it's kind of bullcrap. But the Predator has a ground pound, and you can be underneath. You could be 2 stories below his ground pound, and if he does it on a roof, it still hits you.
We were playing with my brother the other day. My brother and his buddy, and so the Predator's above us. We're in the room below him, and my brother is in the room below us, and my brother got knocked.
Yeah. And
I'm like, what the
it was so
fuck?
cheap, man. Like this guy, he obviously played the Predator a lot because he had that shit dimed, man. Every time I get down, I would get revived, and as soon as I got revived, he ground pound again, and then boom, I was down again. It was just like, you guys definitely didn't see this one coming.
No.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
The game's rough around the edges.
It is. Yeah, it still is. But it's, you know what? A part of me is not really all that surprised either. We all heard about the problems that Friday the 13th had, and it wasn't exactly the cleanest game either, right? So,
it was like unplayable at first.
Oh, right. But at least Predator's playable. We can have a good time, but that ground pound problem right now is a fucking issue. So yeah, we were playing that. I've been playing games for review as well, playing Desperados 3, and not that I can say much, but I'm also playing The Last of Us Part 2. So
you probably can't say a lot about
that. Is all I can say.
You are.
Yeah, I signed an embargo to get my firstborn away. So it's we'll talk about that next Friday. So
can't breach embargo. Austin's he's doing too well. We can't do that.
That's right. So
we can't disguise it as discipline somehow.
Yeah. Besides those 2 for review, been playing Crucible. Honestly, I'm starting to kind of reach my peak now. I think I'm done. I'm about 23 hours in as of today. And I kind of think I'm ready to wrap it up. I think I'm good now at this point. I played enough. I've had a good time, but I'm ready to move on, I think.
Well, it's been fun having a regular thing with us every week. Like every morning, playing something kind of regular.
Yeah.
So it's been good for that.
At the same time, I'm kind of done now, I think. I'd rather get into other stuff and other things. Besides that, I don't think I really played anything else, to be honest. Just those 3 things. I've been too busy, kind of caught up doing other things and getting things sorted out. But yeah, the games I am playing, though, I'm having a good time.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you said too much. Oh, no, Austin, no, run!
That's right. Yeah. Oh, no.
I mean,
but that's going to wrap up today's stream. This is it. This is Friday. We've had enough. It's time to start the weekend, boys. Thanks for joining me on the stream, everybody. Thanks so much for checking us out. And we'll see you all sometime next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See you guys.
See ya.